Sounds good. Hey, Eric, Coach Pittman told us recently that you guys are going to look at widening your ends out a little bit, and I'm wondering how that transition has gone, what you think of it. What purpose does it serve?
I feel like it's great. It gives us like less being double teamed with the interior. So moving us out helps us a lot with our pass rush. So we can set more moves and stuff up, if that makes sense. And instead of getting double teamed and clustered up in the middle.
Yeah, we had Dalton Wagner on a couple days ago, and he talked about how physical you guys have been and how it seems like the intensity has been ratcheted up. Do you see that from the defensive side?
Oh yes, most definitely. Yeah. Our coaches had installed that basically the whole off season to be more intense, like bringing intensity and enthusiasm in each practice, workout. So everything we do, we try and do it intentionally and fast.
Nate?
Eric, as far as aside from widening the ends, just what else have they specifically done to improve the pass rush?
Say my bad. Say it again.
As far as improving the pass rush, other than I know the widening of the ends, but other than that, what have they done specifically to improve your pass rush this year?
Well, our D-line coach, our new D-line coach, Ashley, he's working more on our hands to get our hands and feet coordinated together. So that's helping us out a lot with our pass rush and Jen just shedding and learn how to work on a double team, like press one guy instead of pressing two. So all that's helping our pass rush a lot.
Thank you.
Hutch?
Yeah, Eric, the new roster we got the other day has you listed at 298. That's 15 pounds heavier than before. Is that accurate? And how does that extra weight feel?
I'm actually 300 right now. And I really feel like I gained any weight, to be honest with you. I'm still moving pretty good. So I don't feel like I really gained too much weight. I feel like I can move pretty good with it. Or outside.
Okay, I was going to ask, are you still on the end, or are you still working maybe any at defensive tackle, or what's that look like for you?
Yes, sir. I'm playing both, actually. I'm playing in and outside. So, yeah, I'm getting more reps inside, too. But, yeah, I'm playing both in and outside.
Trey?
Yeah, Eric, you guys don't really have any real young ends, no newcomers, I guess. But Eric Thomas is a guy that flipped around a lot of different positions. What kind of progress have you seen out of him from the time?
He's good, man. He's good. He's gonna be great for us, man. He's doing pretty good. Transition from linebacker to defensive end. He's doing pretty good. So he's learning the basic, like flip your hips, hands and feet together. He's coming along pretty good.
Are there any examples of maybe plays that he's made that you could point to, or maybe he's you?
Plenty of them. 2 minute. He's working the edge pretty good. He's dipping his hips. He's dipping his shoulders on pass rushes. And I've seen that in our last 2 minute drill. Was it, I believe, Wednesday, Our 2 minute drill, he's done pretty good at pass rush against the quarterback.
Thanks.
Otis?
Yeah, Eric, what have you seen from Jaylen Williams, and where's he playing? He's playing inside, is that right? And what have you seen from Jaylen?
I've seen Jaylen's pretty good also. He's gonna be a great player for us also. I mean, just coming from where he's from, JUCO and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of work to improve on, but overall he's doing pretty good for us, and he's gonna be a great player for us.
Dudley?
Eric, obviously, it seemed like a couple of programs made a run that Coach Odom. How important was it to keep him and that continuity and not have to bring in a new defensive coordinator?
It was huge, man. All our defensive players, we love Coach Odom, man. He brings a different mindset to the game for us, and we just feel like we can trust him. So keeping him here was very big, and we appreciate him for staying, and also Coach for keeping him here also.
All right, let me know if you've got more questions in the chat or raise your hand. Nikki?
Hey, Eric, you guys don't have a ton of older D linemen in the group. You have Dorian and Isaiah Nichols. Are those two like the main leaders you feel like for y'all right now?
Well, really everybody's stepping up, but I say really the main vocal leader, I would say is really DG. He steps up a lot. And Isaiah's more the vocal leader for us in the D-line group. And even TC's being more vocal also. So I say them two really are the most vocal on our D-line group.
Yeah, Torian played, quite a few snaps last season, but how have you seen him grow? And step into the role potentially this year of, starting maybe?
Really, just his mindset. Really, he's always had like a dog mindset, but now he really got that dog mindset and this influence of everybody else on the D line also to come with it every practice and every rep that we do. And just overall, at TC, he's getting way better. He's getting better at run blocking, fitting his runs, pass rush, reading from pass to run. So he's doing pretty good also.
Tom?
Hey, I was wondering, what were the points of emphasis this spring on being a better defensive front, and how will y'all be a better front?
We'll be better front just by what we installed, basically, man. Just making more plays, not really sitting on the line, just pressing everything, putting pressure on the quarterback, and just getting upfield, really getting in the backfield, being disruptive.
Eric,
So
y'all didn't have spring training last year, and now you have a scrimmage on Saturday at the stadium, and fans are going to be there. What's that going to feel like?
It's going to be huge. It's going to feel like another game. We'd be happy to bring the fans in. It's going to bring us a lot of energy and stuff for our defense and offense, man. So it's going to be pretty good.
Wrap us up, Trey.
Taking you to the flip side, Eric, with some of these young offensive linemen like Marcus Henderson, I don't know if you've had a whole lot of opportunities to go against those guys one-on-one, but what have you thought about their progress? Takias Crawford's another one, be it tackle, Jalen St. John. What have you thought about the way that those young guys?
Really, the only ones I've really been against is Henderson and St. John. The way Henderson is improving a lot just by going against him when he first got here to now. He's improving a lot, especially in pass. So, it's really hard to work the edge against him. But he's more lighter, so it's you got to bull him. But I'm trying to work more pass rush against him because he's a really good pass setter. And St. John, he's big, so he takes up a lot of space, and it's hard to run through him. So we got to work moves against him. But he's improving a lot on the offensive line, him and Henderson.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. That'll wrap it up. Let me get Blake, guys.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
It looks like I don't see Scotty on here. I think mostly everybody like normal.
Scotty's mom's birthday. He's taking her out to eat.
Good guy.
Mm-hmm. I heard somebody else did that the other night.
Eric, my preference is to do Eric Gregory.
All right. I'll probably just give you part one of him.
If somebody jumps off early, let us know.
Good?
Yep. Trey, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, Blake, first I just wanted to ask you about the scrimmage Saturday, the opportunity to get back out there and also, your decision to actually come back for an extra year.
Yeah, so on the scrimmage, very exciting to get fans back in the stadium, kind of get some reactions from them just with what we're going to put on the field this year. And just coming back, man, I didn't really have a choice being from the state of Arkansas and being from a small town. I mean, I always tell everybody that, I really didn't have a choice. This is my dream and kind of living my dream. So really had nothing else to do, so come back, work on my master's and play for the Hogs. Can't get better than that.
The young tight ends, I'm kind of drawing a blank. There's Colin Sutherland.
Yep. Nate Johnson, Zach Lee. Yep.
Yeah. What have you seen out of those guys, their progress? And
man, you can't say enough about them guys. I mean, whenever you come into college, you kind of get overwhelmed. You know what I mean? And to see them kind of just look at us, look at me and Hud and Nathan Bax, and then kind of look at us, and they're growing from us. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it's cool for us to see that we can take them and kind of ground them, you know what I mean, and put them in a good learning environment. But man, their transition into this program has been really, really good for them and good for us. You know what I mean? Because now we think about things at a different level from what they're seeing it for the first time. So yeah, I mean, I love them guys, and we need to keep bringing them along as a group, as an older guy group.
Thanks.
Nikki?
Hey, Blake, do you guys see the tight end role changing in any way, maybe with Coach Kennedy's influence, or what in general is the main focus of getting better this spring?
I don't see us changing at all. I mean, obviously we want to get better. That's obviously one of our things that we always strive to do. But as far as like a schematic standpoint and all that stuff, no. We're going to be putting opportunities and we're going to be putting in place that we can make plays, and it's on us to make them. You know what I mean? We got to make them on a consistent basis. And Coach Kennedy has been a great impact to me and to our room. He gives us another way of looking at things. He gives us other ways of saying things. And it's really, really helped me, and it's really helped our guys. So I think that just the change in the room has been really, really good for us. But like as a offense and as tight ends and stuff, we always want to get better. And I feel like this year it's going to be really good.
Otis.
Yeah, Nikki kind of got my question. But okay, in 3 years you've had Coach Lonnie, and then Coach Cooper, and now Coach Kennedy. Just what is the biggest adjustment when you get a new coach? I mean, a new assistant in at your position. What's it like to change that often on coaches?
Yeah, I mean, like I told Miss Nikki, I think he was a great asset to us as football players. You know what I mean? He comes in and immediately grabs our respect just with his intensity and with the attention to detail that he gives us, and he trusts us. You know what I mean? Like that's the number one thing that as a football player, changing coaches, you want a guy that comes in and he trusts you, and then we trust him, and we just kind of progress our relationship from there. And I mean, he's a very vocal guy, and he gets on us. You know what I mean? He holds us to a standard that we need to be held at. And yeah, I mean, he's been a great asset to our room. And like with the coaching change, I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, like Coach Pittman hired a great football coach for us. You know what I mean? And we appreciate that. And Coach Kennedy, I mean, he looks at us like his sons. You know what I mean? So he coaches us hard, and he gets on us, and he praises us whenever we do good. So that's just part of it.
How's Hudson looking this spring?
He's looking really good. Hudson's made huge gains. I think in the weight room and getting stronger, and just the bond that we have in the tight end room. It's just kind of filtering off on other people too. Not ever growing apart, not ever having any bad days. Just kind of leading by example. I mean, Hudson is the definition of that guy. So he's doing really good, and I'm proud of Hudson.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Dudley.
Since you've been here, y'all have gone through a few quarterbacks, and you're going to have a new starter again this year. Talk about those guys, how they're looking this spring, at least the ones that are here.
Man, our quarterback room is full of athletes. We know that. Malik and then KJ, and they're just athletes out there playing ball, and it's a great shakeup for us. And like I said, a guy's going to have to step up, and I think both of them guys are very, very capable of making plays in this league, and I'm excited to see them play.
Nate?
Just after those years of being strictly a blocking tight end, is there a different approach after last year where you were a big part of the passing game?
Yeah. I mean, as far as a blocking tight end, I've been that for a while, and I kind of want to transition into a ball catcher, and I've lost some weight, about 257, 256 right now. So that's been one of my points of emphasis this off season. And hopefully, that'll get me moving better and I feel better and all that kind of stuff. But that's probably the biggest emphasis for me, kind of making the transition into this offense, was just working this off season and trying to cut a little bit of weight and get to moving a little bit better.
Coach, when you losing the weight, they talked about Sam did about the 3rd and 3 wanting to run the ball, and that you still feel you can block.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've always hang my hat on the run blocking part of football. That's the trenches, and that's what Coach Pittman. That's the number one thing. Whenever you got to get 3, you got to have a guy that'll go in there and just get you 3. So yeah, I feel like with my weight, I'm going to cut to just enough. You know what I mean, to where I can still pride myself on my blocking and catch little balls, have a little bit of fun.
Thank you.
Tom?
Yeah, Blake, I'd say it's a little uncommon for a guy to go from walk on and, fight through those years and then become a team leading voice. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, well, for one, it's a blessing, to be up here for 6 years, I think it is, and kind of be what I came in and just kind of work myself to where I am now. It feels like a blur, honestly. just feels like a blur, and it feels like I know I've been living the dream for a long time, so just kind of thinking back on it and, talking with my parents. They're the number one people that I talk to, on a consistent basis, and just kind of looking back on it and seeing where I was whenever I got here to where I am now. It's like, wow, it just kind of flew by, but the transformation that I've made in my personal life and in school and football, it's just all been a blessing.
What specifically were your points of improvement? Where you need to get better this season?
I would say, obviously, get more involved in the ball catching aspect of the game. Our offense will put us in some really, really good, positions to make plays as tight ends. That's kind of what we're built around. We're like a Swiss Army knife of the offense. So if we can master that part of being on the football team, be just as good as it ever was. So I think just sharpening that knife on that Swiss Army knife, and being more of a threat as moving forward is the biggest thing for me.
Coach Pittman said you guys were going to widen your ends a little. What have you noticed on from a blocking aspect, how that maybe changed things?
Yeah. As far as them they're just playing more aggressive. We're trying to get some aggressive pass rushers, and we definitely see that as tight ends. We're going to get up against them guys every day. So it's really cool to see the transformation. Like Eric was in here earlier, and dude's made a 100% progression in his game, just because a year in football, and he's changed his body and he looks totally different, and it's been fun to go up against them guys every day, and I think that's the biggest thing for us is Coach Pittman's making adjustments on defense, and we have to make them on offense too. But it's been cool to see them guys grow over the past year now that we're a week into camp,
All right. My last question. You got any people coming up Saturday, and how stoked are you guys to go in front of the fans?
Yeah. All Lamar will be there. You know that. Yep. Mom, dad, sister, cousin, their cousin, everybody.
Yeah. It's been a while since you've done like something like this in front of the home folks. How's that feel?
It feels really good. Like I said, it's just part of what the world we live in today. But we talked all last year about everybody from my hometown that didn't get to come. Whenever I got more involved in the offense, everybody was trying to come, and just the world we live in wasn't allowing that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of people here, and Razorback Nation will be here, and it'll be fun. A lot of fun.
Appreciate you, Blake.
Yep.
Hutch?
These guys asked most of my questions, but you said earlier you're working on your master's. What's your degree in, and what you getting your master's in?
My master's is in operations management and engineering. And then my bachelor's is, I graduated last May with it, and it is sports management.
So you pretty much gonna be able to finish this master's while still playing football with your sixth year?
Yeah, I'll be done in December, so that'll be fun.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, Trey, wrap us up.
Blake, I got just one last question for you, and it's about Marcus Henderson, who worked at tight end with you guys, split time, I guess, back and forth, offensive tackle, tight end, and now he's over at offensive tackle. I was curious what kind of progress you have seen from him from the time you got to know him to now where he is.
Yeah, like I said, Marcus was in our room for a long time, and we got really close, and that, to me, that doesn't leave once he leaves the room. We kind of carry that relationship over, and I check in on Marcus all the time. I walk by his locker every single day. We're always talking, and Marcus just kept his nose down and kept working. Whenever things got hard, or whenever, he had to be put in situations, and like I said, moving from line to tight end back to line, he took that and ran with it. He took everything since he's been here as an opportunity, and hats off to Marcus, because I love that guy, and he's really growing as a football player and a man, just by his mentality that you see every day, because it takes a special guy to do that. So yeah,
Appreciate
Marcus
it.
is doing good.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps us up. Thanks, Colonel.
Go Hogs.